Hey there, and welcome back to our kitchen. I'm Casey, and this is Lauren, and we're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Today we're working with our friends at Post to make a deliciously simple breakfast.
Yes, today we are making raisin cluster sheet pan pancakes, so kind of a different spin on pancakes, with a absolutely delicious banana maple syrup.
I love all of the components of this recipe.
Yes, and I love that it features one of our favorite cereals.
Yes, so this is a new cereal from Great Grains. This is the Raisin Cluster Crunch cereal. It's a lot like a granola. It's got some like bigger flakes, some clusters, and then of course those raisins.
Yes, I really love just having it on plain non-fat Greek yogurt, but it's also great as a typical cereal and in these pancakes.
Yes, so let's get started with the pancakes then. I'm going to mix our dry ingredients. So we have some flour, baking powder, and a little bit of sugar. So I'll mix those together.
And then I'm going to get started on our wet ingredients. So we have just some non-fat milk, got eggs, and then a little bit of melted butter. And I'm just going to whisk all this together. It's a very typical pancake recipe.
Yes, yep, pretty simple. Like we mentioned, this is a sheet pan pancake recipe, which is really fun. So instead of using the typical griddle or pan on the stove, we're going to be putting this actually in a sheet pan and then baking it, which is great for lots of reasons. One of the biggest reasons is it's a lot less work. You don't have to be standing over the stove making pancakes and watching everybody else eat them while you're still making them.
So nice. Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, they're all ready at the same time.
All right, so I'm going to pour this into our dry ingredients.
All right, mix that together. So you'll notice too when we mix this, this batter ends up being a little bit thicker than a typical pancake batter. And the reason for that is because we're using the sheet pan, so it holds together a little bit better.
Yes, so don't be alarmed if you're thinking, wait a minute, this is a lot thicker than my typical pancake.
Yes, that is intentional.
We will still be getting, as you can see, those kind of air bubbles that are very typical with pancakes. So it'll be a similar consistency. These are really fluffy, just a little bit thicker.
Exactly. All right.
That's good.
Yep. Got that mixed. So I'll pass that to you. And here we have our sheet pan that we've coated with cooking spray. So we just put the batter right on the sheet pan.
I love sheet pans for so many different reasons, but it definitely saves with dishes, that's for sure.
Oh yes, another great aspect of that. All right, so then I'm just going to spread out our batter so it covers the pan. Again, it's a little bit thicker, you can see, so it's going to need a little bit of help.
Yes, but it's still pretty lumpy, which is definitely what we're looking for with pancakes.
Exactly.
Our next step is we're going to add in our cereal right over the top. So this is really more of a topping than anything else. And after you add it, you just want to very lightly press it into the pancakes.
Yes. That helps helps the cereal to adhere to the pancake so it doesn't fall off right away when you cut into it.
Yes, it will add such a nice like little crunch to our pancakes.
Oh, so delicious.
So good. All right.
All right, so we are baking this then at 425 for about 15 to 17 minutes, or really just until those pancakes are cooked all the way through. So while we wait for those to cook, I'm going to get started on our banana maple syrup, again, which is so delicious. So I'm going to turn the heat to about medium-high, and we have some butter. I'm going to add some brown sugar, some maple syrup.
This is pure maple syrup that we're using, so not pancake syrup.
Right. We have some nutmeg and some cinnamon. So I'm going to give this a little stir, but obviously we need that butter to melt. So we're going to let this cook about 2 to 3 minutes or until everything's really all melted and the sugar is all dissolved. Okay, butter's all melted.
That
sugar's
looks so good, Casey.
Yes, it's bubbling. So let's get going with our bananas, of course. So we have 4 bananas. These were like very ripe kind of bananas. It's a great way to use up those when you have them.
For sure.
So we've just sliced them up. So we're going to add those, and I'm going to spread them out a little bit and then kind of spoon some of the sauce over them to make sure they all get nice and coated. So
What's going to happen too in this pan is that the bananas are going to really caramelize, so they're going to get even sweeter.
yes, this is so delicious. It almost becomes similar to like a bananas Foster we were talking about.
Completely. So good.
Yes, so we're gonna let these cook for about 3 minutes or until those bananas get nice and glossy.
Smells like breakfast in here, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it really does.
Between the pancakes and this delicious syrup situation we have going over here.
Yes, so the syrup is done. So I'm gonna turn this off. Oh my gosh, those
Perfect.
bananas got nice and soft. It smells great.
So I'm going to cut us each a piece.
Just split the pan in half
Yep.
maybe and
That works.
oh my gosh. What an easy, while we were waiting for this to cook, we just kept saying, this is just such an easy way to make pancakes.
It really is. Look how fluffy these are too.
Yeah.
I like the cereal on top as
Yes,
well.
that adds a really nice crunch. All right, now I'm going to add, of course, our banana maple syrup. Ooh, these bananas are even like falling apart a little bit, which
Oh
is
my gosh.
great.
And this banana maple syrup too is just really good to make for if you have leftovers. You can use it on ice
Ooh,
cream.
yes. Or like oatmeal for another really
oatmeal
great breakfast.
on its own.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta try some of this banana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Even just that syrup got a lot of that really great banana flavor.
Yep. And I really like the cereal too
Mm-hmm.
on here. It just adds that little bit of crunch.
Yes, so good. Well, let the oven do the work with these perfect pancakes.
And to get this recipe on your phone, text pancake to 78402.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit festfoods.com.